Saluton, mi nomiĝas estas Jerio, and you are at fuzzytutor.com, and we are learning Esperanto. For the next lessons, you're going to need to have the vocabulary sorted, and the way to learn that is going to be click fuzzytutor.com. So if you type fuzzytutor.com right here, hit enter, you're going to hear an audio track when it loads up on the home page, and that's just going to be the audio of what the text says here in purple.
Saluton, mia nomiĝas estas Ĝerio Ŝadrek.
If you select
Dankon por
courses and
alvenis
videos, go to
fuzzytutor.com.
Esperanto.
Bonvenon.
Scroll to the bottom and you're going to see some worksheets that help you practice the word lists. Okay. Now, these will be all mixed up because it's a word match exercise. So if you click on it to download it or print it, you'll see that it'll say birdo, which is bird. And we know it's a noun because it ends in O, right? Then we see blua, and it's referring to blue, but not the noun of the color, but rather blua, the adjective, it ends in A. So nouns end in O, adjectives which describe or modify nouns end in A. Verbs will end in E if it's to blank, whatever the verb is. To walk, it'll be pediri. To say, diri. If it ends in that E, that letter I, that E sound, it's going to be to that verb. Now, if it's past tense of the verb, it's diris, for instance, we'll use talk. So dir is the root for saying something. So diris, said. Dirás, saying. Diros, will say. Dirus, may say. Diru, you're telling someone to say something. Okay? But again, if it's diri, just ends in that letter I, but we'll refer to that as the letter E, right? But in English we would call it the I. So if it ends in that particular letter, it's to the verb, to the verb, right? Like to walk would be pediri again. So verbs are the most complicated, certainly, because they can be diri, which is to the verb. Diris, did the verb, like ends in ed, past tense. Dirás, doing it right now, it's present tense. Diros, that's saying something in the future, will say. Dirus, again, that's may say, it's tentative. Diru, you're telling someone to do something. Excuse me, or asking them. So we'll cover verb tense in this next video, but for this one you're going to want to practice matching these up. From there you can go to memorize and start an account, and you can use it's free to do, and you can use your Facebook account to create your account if you want to. But you're going to create an account. You're going to select courses right here once you've created an account, and I guess it'll bring you right to this page right here that we're on. And once you get there, on this column on the left, you're going to go to languages, scroll down, and you're going to see constructed languages. Select constructed languages, and you can see like Klingon and Lojban and Morse code, Navi, Tokiponas, all these fun languages. The one that you're going to be studying is going to be Esperanto, which is an international auxiliary language spoken in over 130 countries by over 2 million people. Now once you get here, you're going to come over here to latest. Look over here on the right. You're going to click latest, and you'll see these purple logos, which is just my silhouette with my glasses on, right? So you'll just select these one of these purple logos here to learn your vocab. And it's a really, really effective way to study the vocabulary and to memorize really anything. It's a great program. Again, it's totally free, easy to use, and it's quite a lot of fun. You get points as you memorize things. So I'm gonna make some vocab lists. It'll be Facila Esperanto. Facila Esperanto to correspond with this particular course, and it'll be Facila Esperanto 1, Facila Esperanto 2, Facila Esperanto 3, Facila Esperanto 4, so on and so forth, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And those will be your word lists that you need to learn. Then you'll go back to fuzzytutor.com where you can do the practice worksheets that correspond to those particular word lists. Now, once you've memorized those words, now you can come on to the YouTube page for Facila Esperanto and do the next course. Each course will be contingent on you studying your vocab list, and you're not going to have to master them, but it's going to help to get a good handle on those words so that we can move through the language, because ultimately in order to learn the language we've got to memorize some words. So But thanks to Esperanto having very few but very regular rules, it's gonna it's gonna be very easy. Trust me. When you start to realize that is, as, os is past, present, future. Is, as, os, right? That is to do something, something right? That words that end in o are nouns, and words that end in a are adjectives describing nouns. Words that end in are adverbs describing verbs, how you did a verb. Maybe you, so if I ran, I corris, I ran. But if I did it quickly, rapide. It ends in a, so it's describing how I did that verb. Okay? All right, so that's all we're going to cover on this video for now. Jeez.